Bonjour, hello everyone. I'm Nata, host of the NATA PR School podcast. You're a successful entrepreneur or marketing manager and you're about to launch a new product or service, or you've been selling your goods for quite some time, but you want to learn how to increase your visibility, get known, and reach more clients? At NATA PR, we deal with real clients every day and we'll teach you simple, fun, and honest PR solutions. You'll learn easy steps to combine PR to social media right now. Keep listening and let's get started. Bonjour, hello everyone, and welcome to the NATA PR School podcast, episode number 34. Today I'm talking about an exceptional service experience that I lived a few weeks back. What is an exceptional service? So I really want to share my experience with you today. So some time ago, my podcast producer from the VAR Media Agency, maybe you know him if you've listened to our 20th episode, it's Francis Parent-Valiquette. So Francis from VAR Media, it's him who referred me to a digital agency. I was looking for someone who had an expertise in how to sell a training online. As you know, this is what we are producing through the NATA PR School service at the agency. So NATA PR is the agency and the NATA PR School now is a service that we provide. And I wanted in 2020 really move from the theory to the practice in 2020. Meaning that, of course, my partner and I and my employees at the agency will all have a great knowledge of the web to guide our clients. But until now, I hadn't myself experienced selling our PR services online. So now I'm telling you, I have a different experience and the way I talk about it. And when I talk to my client, I can really guide them so much better. It's so much better and stronger when I talk to them. I have much better advice. And this is why I created NATA PR School. And as you see, we have now a podcast that we created. So what does this mean? How do you integrate your podcast with everything you do? And we also offer free webinars and online training. So, as I just mentioned, I was looking for an expert who could guide me and most importantly, let me know whether I was on the right track in terms of selling my online training, the way I was building NATA PR School. What I wanted to know is, was I really on the right track or was I making a huge detour? And I really wanted to talk to those people front of line, doing stuff online out there to guide me. So that's exactly what I was looking for. And the reason I mentioned this expert today is to share my client experience with you. It goes far beyond anything that I've seen in terms of consulting with agencies. Actually, this expert that I had the chance to spoke to and talk to, who offers services just like we do, was outstanding. So I wanted to share this with you because we forget how providing a great service can make such a difference. And I believe that our agencies was really a part when it come to giving the top service and listening. We have like these amazing listening skills. We love taking the time to talk to our client, understand what they're looking for, and serve them at the highest level because our main value is serving our clients at the highest level. So I was super surprised by how I was treated by this marketing expert. So here's a summary of the process. So first, this expert set up a meeting with me to identify my needs and what I was offering online. So he wanted to know what I had produced so far. So after discussing with him for about 30 minutes, free of charge, he confirmed he could help me. But he told me, well, I need at least 2 hours to really go in depth, like a 2 hours one-on-one with you, so I could really understand your journey. So where you're coming from, what you've done, and especially how I got to the point I am today, to see how we can go further faster, because that was that was my question. Or am I on the right track, or am I doing a huge detour? There's no wrong or right sometimes, but sometimes some people know some amazing shortcuts, or you're lost in the wood. You want to know if there's a better way of doing things, right? And so 2 hours, I thought to myself, my God, this guy wants to talk to me for 2 hours. So this consultant must take me very seriously, right? If he's giving me all this time at no charge. So I already had 33 minutes. Now at 2 hours of consulting with him, no charge. So after having actually spent those 2 hours with this online experts, I can assure you that I learned as much about his company, what he did, and about mine. So talking with him, I realized like, wow, there's this we're doing good, this we can improve, this is better. So I really had the time to reflect about everything we had done so far and talk about my journey and realize everything I've accomplished in such a short time sometimes. Sometimes we forget, like we do things and we always want to go faster. Well, that's my case. I always want to go faster, further. And talking to him during 2 hours really helped me understand his company, as I mentioned, my company, and really what's happening out there regarding trainings. And was able to give me some great examples of other companies he worked with. So this discussion, I got the chance to really know him, get to know him better, and learn about his approaches, how he works with his clients, and how he handles their cases, and how he saw the future for my company. This made me realize and reminded me that there are two main principles, and I really want to talk to you about that because we forget. We do so many things. And there are two main principles when it comes to selling a service or even a product. It's the same mechanism. And the first one is we have to remember that, and I forget sometimes. So people love to buy services or products from people they know. And we love to buy something we know, something we've heard of. Just think about a friend of yours who's talking to you about this new restaurant that just opened or a restaurant that he knows, and he's selling it to you so in such a way that you just want to go and eat from that orders from this restaurant, for example, or go eat over there. So that's exactly the same thing. So in this case, you have someone that you know, that you trust, telling you about a place they love, a restaurant they love. It's the same thing. So that's point number one. People love to buy from people they know. Number two, the second principle is we are selling solutions. Us, service or product providers, we sell solution. What is the desired outcome? What's the result? What's the problem they want to solve? This is what we are selling when we're selling something. We're selling a solution. So I'm sure you've probably figured out at this point that this expert spent time with me not only so he could get to know me better or that I could get to know him, that we could get to know each other better, but also that he could, at the end, really make something easy for me to buy, make it easier to sell me his own services. The time he gave me was of huge value to me. Spending 2.5 hours free of charge, to me, represents a high value because I got very useful information from that conversation I had with him. Information I'm going to use through services. Look at this, I'm even producing a podcast with the experience. And I can use it for our agency, I can use it for our clients without paying any money. That was free of charge. Even if I don't work with this expert, at least I got great value from the time I spent with him. So I got great value from the time I spent with him. As for point two, offering solutions and providing information, it's like sharing a recipe. Let's imagine a chocolate cake recipe. And people are sometimes afraid to give their recipe of success, of how they've accomplished something. It's one thing to follow a recipe. And well, first of all, you have to do it. Even if you give away all your recipe, you have to go in the kitchen, you have to get the right ingredients, and quality also of the ingredients is important. How you mix them, the weather, there are so many elements. It's the same thing when an expert, let's say a digital marketing expert like the one I met, is telling me how he works and is giving me his whole recipe. Of course, I can say, well, I'm going to do it on my own, but I know I need the ingredients to do it, and maybe I don't have all the ingredients that he has to do what he is proposing. So the same goes for this expert. He can give me his recipe, like I'm giving you tons of recipe if you're listening to this podcast, but then you have to do it. So that's why I really accepted his proposal at the end of our 2 hours, because I was so in confidence and I loved what I learned from him. He really won me over with his approach and his vision. So I want you to think about what you're doing to create value in your own business. what do you do? Where do you put value? Sometimes we forget. We think it has to be something complicated to give more value, but sometimes it's giving time to our clients, listening to them, making regular appointments to them, listening to their reality, and finding solutions. I'd love to hear what you do in your business to create value. So please get in touch, send us an email, get on our list, and I will, in all honesty, tell you if I can help you increase value in your own enterprise or if I can really help you get known, get the visibility you deserve. I'll be more than happy to find out what's happening to you and what do you need to really use PR and social media and use them and combine them to get this amazing visibility. So for free consultation, you can also go on our website or click on the link in the show notes and I'll be happy to get back to you. So hopefully you've learned one or two main tactics and you will pay attention to the value you create in your business. And if you have any questions, please get on our list. We also give free consultation. I'll be happy to tell you in all honesty if I can help you. So hopefully you'll be listening, you'll be joining us next week. À la semaine prochaine. Hey, you want to learn more about how to implement PR strategies? Head on to natapr.com and get on our list. You will also receive the NATA PR model on how to create a successful PR campaign. If you want to become a client, just send us an email to nata@natapr.com. Talk to you next week. À la semaine prochaine.